Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, checking in, and checking out.
Check it out.
Yeah, we're about to leave this beautiful spot that we were at Lake Catherine State Park.
Yes, beautiful park, beautiful park.
Beautiful park. What do you want to talk about before we leave up out of here?
Just to say that we had a wonderful time. We were blessed with a wonderful spot. It was very spacious. Had a little gate, like a fence around it. I'm sure Jose got it on film. So just wanted to say that we had a wonderful time here. This is a really nice, relaxing, calming space to be in for, I would say we've been here 4 nights.
Yes.
4 nights. I would stay like 2 weeks here.
Yeah, easily. I don't know. The journey has been surprisingly pleasant.
Yes.
We've had some little hiccups, but we end up in a really nice spot. This again is a state park. This is our second state park, and I mean, I know that we hear horror stories about state parks, but we've been lucky. This one, Lake Catherine State Park, and I'm saying it like that because recently we got a little backlash. We might have said one of the state parks wrong, and somebody on Facebook commented, and then we tried to fix it, but then they wasn't happy about that, and they called us unprofessional. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel here and all like that. We're just trying to record.
We're just sharing our experience.
So
you do not have to do what we're doing.
Yeah,
it's okay. We're just sharing our experience with you. So if you want to come here, you'll know what to expect.
Yeah, you can look it up. I mean, sometimes we make mistakes, but
exactly, because we watch YouTube videos all the time, but I still do my own research.
Right.
So you have to do your own research.
Yeah. So hopefully you see this spot, and if you're in the area of Hot Springs, Arkansas, this place is amazing. We took a hike here, and for me, it was one of the best hikes I've ever taken. And we're new to hiking, but this was a kind of like challenging, but not too bad.
We're not new to hiking because we walk all the time in Florida, but it's just flatlands in Florida.
Yeah.
We don't get to see much. It's just all flat. This is hilly, so it's a different kind of hiking for us.
Yeah, this environment was awesome. A little let down because we went to go look for a waterfall. But everything is dry right now, so it wasn't running. So
that's around the whole country, though. It's a little dry around the whole country.
A little dry, but we also went into the town of Hot Springs, and I didn't know anything about it. Doris was able to look it up, and apparently there's a whole history about Bathhouse and the
Bathhouse Road.
Bathhouse Road. When we went there, we took advantage of having a bath, and you guys, full-time RVers, know, I mean, unless you got the big dogs, we don't have a tub.
No,
so
we don't. No.
We took advantage of a bath. At the Bathhouse, one of the historic ones.
Exactly.
It was really cool experience.
Quapaw.
Quapaw. Okay, Quapaw.
Quapaw was the bathhouse that we chose.
And and we got spring water it's a free spot where you go fill up your water and get spring water. Met some local people.
Had some local food.
Michael and what was his wife's name? Was it Darlene?
Darlene, it was.
It was Michael and Darlene. They're from here. And we met them, and they take an hour's drive, and they fill up on water. It's free for everybody. So, spring water, and unless you go and taste it, I mean, you won't know. But and then we
got 2 jugs.
Yeah, we did get 2 jugs. And then there's another hot spring, like a really hot spring, where it was even hard to touch. It was you barely touch it, and it'll burn you. Yeah. So, like right now, I'm sweating like whoop, whoop. That's why I always got my sweat towel.
Yeah, it's that's because the sun is in the back of us, and but we're just gonna cut it here and just say that we're heading out now. We don't know where we're gonna end up, but we'll keep you posted.
Well, we are eventually gonna end up in Texas. That's the plan.
Yeah.
So today we'll figure out where we're gonna go, but we've been really happy with all the spots that we've chosen. And we hope to share it with you. And if you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to comment on us. We love to talk with you guys. Thanks for the support. Please like, subscribe, share, ring the bell to let you know.
And that is a wonderful compliment if you share it with your friends and family.
Oh, absolutely.
We really appreciate it.
And we're still learning. We're still getting our sea legs, so to speak, out here. And I think we're doing okay. We do better, but thank you for all the other YouTubers out there. We learn a lot from you guys. And that has made this journey much smoother. True or false?
True.
Yeah. So once again, I'm Jose.
And I'm Doris.
J&D Lifestyles 88. Playing outside after 50. Hey, let me get out here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Just left Discount Tire. I want to take an opportunity. Shout out to Mark from Keep Your Daydream. A couple years back when they first started, I remember him going to Discount Auto. He had a situation with his tires, and he talked about the customer service about Discount Tires. So I was like, all right. We never really had an issue with our tires, because when we bought the vehicle, they put some new tires on it. Now we have, I don't know, I would say 80,000 miles on the tires original, so it was time for new tires. So we're right now in Eagle Pass, Texas, and we're here at the Discount Tire. Where's the little thing at? There you go, Discount Tire. So just dealt with Juan. Juan was the guy that took care of us. Juan, Joel, Robin, absolutely great experience. I'm gonna call it a Chick-fil-A style situation. So what I mean by that is, you ever go to Chick-fil-A? It's a fast food joint, but they seem to be very professional and always on point. Well, this situation is really on point. Made an appointment for 9:30. It is 10:10. They went in. We got in here. They probably talked to us for about 5 minutes. Put the truck in the bay. They were doing their thing. We went, ironically, right across to a Chick-fil-A, had something to eat, and we're out the door. So here she goes, Big Red, got her new feet on there, got her Michelin LTs on there. We had some Goodyears on there before, but we're gonna try these Michelins. I hear a lot of good things about these Michelins right here. So yeah, good experience. Now, you know, this is part of RV living, RV lifestyle. You know, you're going to be on the road a lot, so you got to make sure you have good tires on there, because that's what's going to take you from point A to point B. So we don't want to be, you know, scrimpy on that. I did get the protection that they have on it, and we'll go ahead and, I guess, add it the total of it. So we get the 4 tires, what it cost, and also with the protection on it. The protection is for each specific tire. So if something goes bad with that tire, they either fix that tire or replace that tire. That's part of the deal, which is a good peace of mind to have. So again, I'm just checking in, letting you know this is part of it, and we have no problem with it because we're enjoying this lifestyle. But we got to make sure we take care of the things that take care of us while we're on the road, which is Big Red and her new feet, her new shoes. All right, so we'll check in. Hey, checking on in. We're here in the town of Quemado, here on our way back to Del Rio after going to get those tires. And on our way, we went to a little shop. We met Miss Rebecca, who owns her own little shop that she has, her own soaps and lotions that she makes. We'll go ahead and insert a little picture of her card to her business there. We had a really good time talking to her, telling her about our story. She told us a little bit about her story. She's a retired teacher, 32 years. Thank you for your service. Teachers are so underappreciated. But so Doris likes to get local honey. You know, for her tea, she likes to always get the local honey in the area. So Miss Rebecca recommended to us, in the town of Quemado, there's a man that has a local business that has his honey, and boom, that's where we're at. So Doris is actually inside right now talking to the owner, and we're gonna pick up some local honey. But again, little RV lifestyle tip: get with the locals. We learned that when we started watching people on YouTube. We get a lot of information from the locals. So get out there and meet the people in the towns that you guys are visiting, and you get some valuable information. And also, it helps the economy of the places that you're at. So we always like to contribute that way. So here's an example. He got his own little shop here. We got the honey on the table. It looks like he has some cypress wood for little crafts or whatever. So looks really nice in here. Hello, sir.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
All right. What's the name of this place here? Let's see.
We got recommended by
Langley's Honey Nuts. All right.
we were in some people had
Yeah, her name was Rebecca. Miss Rebecca.
Rebecca, she has the
Are you the owner?
Yes.
What's your name, sir?
Buster.
Oh, there goes Buster. Okay, Buster. So we're here with the owner of Langley's Honey and Nuts here in the town of Quemado. There goes Mr. Buster right back there. Was he at that? Right down there. Just attended doing business with Doris. We got us some local honey, so that's gonna be good for her. So if you're in this area, you're on 277. Make sure you make a stop here and get you some local honey from Langley's Honey and Nuts. Hey. Checking in. So, not too long ago, we were doing a black tank flush. So we have the Nautilus system on our rig, and basically you connect the hoses, you put the settings on there, and it does this flush. So on one particular time I was doing it, I think I had forgotten to release the black tank. So we have a little monitor. It's a little attachment that we put on the end of the hose. It tells us how many gallons we can fill up. On the black tank, I think it holds, I think she said 43 gallons. I'll have to double check that. So anyway, I was watching that little gallon thing, but I think I overflowed it. And what happened was there was some water coming from the underbelly, like around in this area. It's kind of like leaking. And we stopped, flushed, and we made sure that leaking stopped, and we proceeded to flush, and so far we've done fine. But I believe that there might have been a backflow hose on the inside. It might be faulty, or the system might have been doing its job and just overflowing, but the problem is it overflowed into the underbelly. We've had like a little odor, and I'm wondering if some water has been trapped in the underbelly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take down this underbelly, which is this piece right here. Let's see if I can. This little where we at? Oh, I might have slid. So okay, let me go back over here. Let me go back over here. Here we go. Which is this piece right here. So I'm gonna loosen some of those screws and maybe pull it down and make sure that there's no water puddled up in there causing that odor, and maybe rinse it out or whatever like that. But it's gonna take a little while. We're gonna be in this spot here for at least another month, so we have plenty of time to drop it and take care of what it is. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so I'm down here under the rig. See if I get this So initially, doesn't seem like anything is wet down here. If you can see, it'd be hard for me to, but that's pretty much none of the wiring. She looks dry. Nothing looks wet or anything like that. So I'll just continue the process of getting these screws down and see what happens. You were right. I might have, I think, overflowed it, and it might have had like a backflow, and it, you know, all that water has to end up somewhere, and it puddled in the underbelly. There was a little sagging, and in that area is where it collected. So it's pretty gross, but I cleaned it up and everything. But the underbelly, if you look at your underbellies, they sag. They don't really, well, let me just take that back. On our rig, it sags. Like, it's not affixed to the I-beams all the way through. There are some parts that sag, and a lot of areas where they're sagging is where the wires are resting. So there's plenty of wires up underneath between your subfloor and then the underbelly itself. And I'm gonna guess that, you know, it's just like everything else, you get what you pay for. So not that our rig is inexpensive, it's a pretty, you know, monetarily it wasn't cheap, you know what I mean, but we got a good deal on it. But we did get a Grand Design Reflection 315 RLTS, and we are absolutely happy with it. But you know, as a new owner, I'm just starting to learn more things. So taking the underbelly down, I look under here and look, this is how it is when you just take the underbelly. So the underbelly pretty much goes up against here, and this stuff is just, that's how it's laid out. Now again, I know these things are mass produced and everything like that, but I just don't like the way that looks. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna guess that your more expensive rigs, they probably have these, you know, probably secured to the I-beams, you know, not just freestanding hanging like that. The other thing is, we've had all since we started with this, our cable has been kind of spotty. Every one of these cable connectors, I literally just now, I lost you there for a minute, but I just now tightened them. They were all loose. I literally secured each one. I tightened each one. So each of those cable connectors, there's 4 here and there's 4 up there. Not sure if you're able to see it. Now I'm on the back section of our rig. This would be considered like the living room area. So up in here we have, I'm guessing that's like for the air conditioning or for the furnace. I think that one's for the furnace probably. That one's probably for the air conditioning, or actually the vents. So, and then on towards the front of the rig, there's more wires just like this, just hanging. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some cable ties. I'm gonna kind of like prop them up, so they're just not just laying on the underbelly like this, just freestanding. I just don't like how that is, and I don't think I'm gonna be doing any damage to it by, you know, securing it up. But again, learning experience for me. The other thing was I just wanted to get up under here and see exactly what was under the rig and just see how the wires run and everything. And it gives me a better perspective on how everything is. So I don't know if you guys have done that or not. If you've had similar situations like with leaking and everything, but that has been our experience. So we decided, you know what, we've had it for a year, coming up on a year, and I figure, you know what, let me get up under there, see what's there. Now, when I put this underbelly back, I'm going to make sure that these wires are secure a little bit better. I'm going to actually go ahead and get some, it's called zip tape, and it seals the seams a little bit better. So I'll do what I think is going to be a better job on just putting it up there like how I want it. Again, not complaining. These are just things that are my preference, or our preference, I should say. So we'll go ahead and continue to show a video of what, you know, how this thing comes together. But my first thing to tackle is these wires. So it's going to be a little bit. I got some cable ties, and I'll try to make some sense of it just to get it a little bit more secure. All right, we'll check in. All right, so that didn't take too long. It took me about 5 minutes, and I just used some cable ties and just kind of like bound them together where they're, you know, pretty much where they're at, but they're not sagging so low to where they're hanging down in this area right here. Now, when I bring that underbelly in, if you look in the back, that's the underbelly. When I bring it in here, it's going to go up against the I-beams, but these wires, all the weight won't necessarily be on this portion where it was all hanging right here. So that should help, you know, the sagging of a little bit. It's just, I just like it to be secure to something, so I think that's gonna be a little bit better. So I'll do the same thing. Let's see if you can see it. Towards the front of the rig back there's the same situation. So I'll just cable tie those. Don't know if I'll do it today, but in the end, it'll all be cable tied, zip tied, or whatever you want to call them, and much more, I guess, neat, I guess is better, the best way to say it. So we'll check back in.
Batting sixth and playing center field, number 3, Leone Tavares. Tavares in center field. Batting 7.